when it comes to AI. I was talking to a friend, I believe 2 years ago, when ChatGPT first became popular, and he was saying, well, I don't even use Google that much anymore because I just use ChatGPT for everything. And I was thinking, you know what? That's great, but I don't think most people are going to use ChatGPT for everything. I think it's just for like information purposes. Turns out, years later, I'm getting calls, and my clients are getting calls saying they heard about my websites on ChatGPT, right? So people are now searching for products and services on ChatGPT or Gemini. So that means for you is you want to make sure that your content is effective enough to rank higher in those AI searches. So it's not just about being the first page of Google anymore. Now you need to be top 5, top 3 of Google in order to be in these AI search engines. In images, for example, when it comes to images, people search. I look at the data all the time. For my clients, my website, my clients, they are searching the general listings, but also they're also searching for images. So when people type in association in your city, professional association, or whatever type of association that you have, does your content come up in the different types of searches? So now you got AI mode on the top left. You got the all area where you have the listings. You got the image searches. And you got this new area where it says short videos. So it doesn't show up there, but if you go to Google right now, there's a tab that says short videos. So a lot of companies are taking advantage of that and making sure that their captions or content has good keywords in the video so they can rank high on those those video searches. Now, quick tip right here, if you wanted to rank high on this area, make sure all your file names of your images are changed to different keywords. So for example, if your images are usually img456.jpg, change it to Golf Association San Diego.jpg. Right? So that kind of thing right there will help you rank high. And because again, you're in the type of this business where people want to see pictures. People want to see content about how people are enjoying your events. So Google Trends is a tool that you want to always use because it'll tell you what is currently going on. So for example, what is the popular terms? What's popular at the moment? So when I wrote my first book, Digital Marketing for Results, I wanted to figure out what is the best term to use. Is it digital marketing or if it's online marketing? And it turns out digital marketing was the term that was searched more often. So using this tool to figure out what content to use. So someone earlier said you want to use the same terms that your membership is using. So put the content in here, and that'll give you an idea of what type of articles to write, what type of words to use, what type of terminology to use in your branding and in your website. Now here, I would also recommend figuring out what is trending as far as specifically trending up or trending down. So I started my business in 2014. First few years were good, and I always was trying to figure out how to market, how to sell, and how to promote, and things worked out because I used search engine optimization to my advantage. And I would say in 2020, things changed a little bit. I was one of the businesses where it actually improved during that time, but 4 years later, all of a sudden, I stopped getting calls. We stopped getting leads as often. And I realized I was doing a lot of promoting, but I wasn't paying attention to the future. So what I started doing now is looking towards what people are searching, what people are interested in, and what's happening now and what's going to happen 3 months from now, a year from now. So this tool right here, Google AdWords Keyword Planner, it'll tell you what's trending down and what's trending up. For example, how to join this association, how to get into real estate, trending down by 90% over the past 3 months. And year over year change, 90% decrease. Now, what you want to do is use this tool and think about what is the increases happening. So for example, if I'm in the real estate association, I'm going to use this information to my advantage to maybe promote different services. Can anybody have an idea of what can you do? If you had an association that has to do with real estate, what can you do with this information right here? If you have an association that has to do with real estate, this information right here, what can you do with it? Yes? Yeah, okay. Content? Yes. Yeah. Digital product? Got it. Digital product? Yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, list of people can access. Anybody else? What can you do with this information? Hold educational events, seminars, because you know this is what on everybody's mind, right? 900% increase for specific these tips, right? Competition, you don't have to worry about that. But in general, you want to look at what is trending up. So 4 searches yesterday, today, tomorrow, and 85% clicks come from organic content. So organic, of course, everybody knows is like pretty much you're not paying for it, right? And that's pretty much what these ChatGPT searches are, Gemini is as well. But you want to rank higher for those services. So for example, Google, Bing, Yahoo are the top search engines that bring up websites right now, as far as like the data that we know. Can anybody guess what are the last two? Starts with an A. Whoever gets it right gets a free trip to Galveston, Texas, I guess. No. So it starts with an A. Google, Bing, Yahoo. Oh, wow, y'all got it. Ask. Okay, ask. And somebody said the other one? AOL, there you go. Anybody still have an AOL email address? Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. It's okay. All right. So it sounds like some people do. Okay. But when it comes to these searches, right now Google still has about 68%. But in general, whenever you're trying to market, you want to think about what are people using the most. So Google, Bing, and Yahoo. But again, you want to pay more attention to Google. And look at all this. But now it's different. So again, now people are using the Gemini. People are using ChatGPT. Like I said, I would say 10% of my traffic, clients' traffic, is coming from ChatGPT. Not so much from Gemini yet. They're not usually using it for products. But again, people reach out and they say, well, we looked up your business, or we looked up who you are, who the client is in Gemini. So you know you're desperate when for an answer when you go to second page of Google. So again, it went from second page of Google to now first page. And now even with this AI searches, really you just have to be the top 5, really. I mean, because whenever you're doing searches on ChatGPT for services, how many businesses does it show you? Anybody want to mention? 3, 5? Anybody else? Usually it's about 3, 5, sometimes it's 10, right? So essentially the good thing about this is it's not really that difficult. It's more so if you're on the top page of Google, you're more likely to be in the ChatGPT. But the challenge is they don't recommend a lot of brands. So I said, I'm looking for a professional association in Florida. And look at what they said. They gave me questions, clarifying questions, like what type of association, what type of things you want to be involved in. Is it healthcare? Is it educators? Is it accountants? So I would say a month ago, I did a similar presentation, and it just gave me a list of providers. Now it's asking me specifically, hey, what is exactly that you need? So it gave me this. I said accountants, and it gave me Florida Institute Certified Public Accountants. So associations is actually a little bit more different than a small business because they just give you the recommended association. And they give you the links, of course, Rob, but they give you why it's being recommended. Other noteworthy associations, so they give you another example, and they give you which one is right for you. So again, the challenge is this is changing like every day. So you have to be on it. You have to have somebody that's aware of how these searches are working. So this is Gemini, I believe. So what part of Texas are you located in or looking to attend? I asked them, actually, what type of associations in Texas can I join? And again, it gave me general information. All right, so look for executive education, and they gave me these recommendations as well, and talks about what type of events they have. So these are the questions you want to ask when it comes to these AI searches. What associations come up? When you type in associations affiliated with your industry, who do they recommend right now in ChatGPT and Gemini? What is mentioned about our association? So type in the name of your association and see what it comes up. And not only that, but when you type in general, what is shown about your brand, even if you don't type the name in. So what clarifying questions are being asked? This is the most important because that'll tell you what type of content to make for your website. So whatever is being asked, you want to have that content on your website. So for example, one thing they ask is, well, how long has the association been around? And it says 30 years, 40 years. So guess what? You want to have that information on your website, not just a logo, but content saying we've been around for 50 years, 20 years, 30 years. So again, that's what's going to be picked up when it comes to these ChatGPT and Gemini searches. So more pages, more links, more keywords. When it comes to being searched, when it comes to being found, you want to always have more content. That gives people the ability to search your content more. So whenever I talk to businesses, I always tell them, you never want to have a page on your site that has a list of all your services. Why? Because you're losing out. You want to have a page for each service so Google can find your pages more. They can find your product or service more, and ChatGPT, Gemini, and all these AI searches can pick up your website. So how do members speak? So again, goes back to the person's point here that said, well, we want to understand the language people are speaking, the terminology. So more and more people are starting to use voice search, and for you, that means that you want to have content that connects with voice. So whenever you're writing content, whether it's articles or you're promoting an event, think about how are people speaking versus how are people searching. So you want to fulfill both of those needs so you can be aware when people are using Google, when people are using these AI searches, they might be using their voice. So you want to make sure your content fits the description of what they're saying. An SEO expert walks into a bar, bars, pub, public house, beer, wine, get it? Right? So in general, you want to make sure you have specific keywords in your content at all times. So AI for user experience.